Welcome along to our week 2, and we're very excited to have everybody with us. We've got our friends from Scotland that are joining us. We've got Canada. So we're over the moon to be able to do this again. And this is a 20-minute, although we went slightly long last week, 30 minutes, where we can talk a little bit about the business that we are all involved in as people that are passionate about health and fitness, not necessarily a fitness professional, but maybe just looking at a way that you can monetize your love for sharing information to people about staying fit and healthy. So we've sort of like tailored it to that. Although the stories that we have this week are going to be very based in the fitness industry and as fitness professionals, as we move along, you're going to be hearing stories from gym owners. And I was hoping that I was going to have one of my gym owners on today. But I'll tell you his story anyway as we get going. You're going to hear more and more of these stories. So it's going to be a great place to invite people who maybe are interested in how they can monetize what they're doing now, whether they're full-time in the fitness industry, gym owners, or just passionate about health and fitness. So our guest speakers today are Dee Miller, who is a pro trainer, author, and restaurant owner that's closed again in Peterborough, Ontario. And then we've got the wonderful Toscarino, who's New York Times bestseller, been in the fitness industry for many years, competed at a very high level, and is well known for her Eat Clean brand and what she's doing now to help people strike sugar. That's a big passion of Tosca's. And then, of course, we have Georgina Diabio, who's IFB Pro. And you've heard a little bit about what she's working for at the moment, as well as being a presenter and a nutritional coach. So we're all going to share a little bit about our stories, just a little bit at the beginning. Then we're going to run through a presentation that's going to be handled by my beautiful friend, Sharon, with her Scottish accent. So she's going to speak slowly. And then we're going to wrap up with a little bit of Bye Now, and we'll come back to us. So for those of you that I don't know, my name's Nikki Coyne, and it's always my pleasure to be with you. So my background is actually in nursing very many years ago. So that's where my passion for healthcare came from. And I work predominantly in geriatric care and in palliative care, where I love helping people and the families of people that were passing from this life onto the next life. Still massively passionate about that. But what I found was that people at the end of life always talk about 2 regrets. And those 2 regrets are, 1, I wish I'd told the people around me that I love them more. And the second one is, I wish I'd looked after myself better and made better lifestyle choices. So I think that sort of like percolated in my brain for many years, so that when I did fall in love with fitness, which was back in the day of Jane Fonda, and leg warmers and leotards and headbands. And yes, that was exactly what I looked like with my curly perm and all of that. That I was able to make that shift and share my passion for helping people before they got sick, basically, and helping them prevent a lot of those lifestyle conditions. So fast forward about 15 years, and I was approached by this business, and of course for the first 6 times I said no, I haven't got time, and that's not my jam. And then when I did eventually take the time to look at it, I realized it was perfect, because it was what I was doing anyway, which was sharing my passion for keeping people healthier and living younger and fitter for longer, but just being able to generate some income by recommending products that were backed by science. So fast forward to the lockdown last year, and this became my only source of income, this business. When all the gyms shut down and I couldn't teach people to be personal trainers and fitness instructors, this was my only source of income. And thank goodness I've aligned with a business who has grown over 400% in the last 12 months. So I have done very well in the last year. Thank you very much. And that's why I'm so passionate to share more of this with you today, because goodness only knows what's going to happen in the next 6 months, what the fitness industry is going to look like. We have no clue. But this is a way that you can do what you're doing, align yourself, and use commissionable links to start to generate some income. So that's a little bit about my story. My favorite product, do you know what? It changes. TR90 probably, which if you don't know about, you're going to go back to the person who invited you and talk to TR90, because it helps increase your ability to lay down lean muscle. And as a 54-year-old postmenopausal woman, that is really important to me, because we know that having a larger percentage of lean muscle mass is an equation to living longer. There's so many studies. So you need to maintain what you've got, if not be improving and laying down more lean muscle. So any product that can do that over 50, I'm in for. And I had some great results pre-menopause. And now that, 6 years later, coming out the other side, it's not the same results that I'm having, but it's certainly helping me hold on to that lean muscle. So my favorite product, TR90, every time. So what I'm going to do is hand over to my dear friend Tosca. She's going to tell you a little bit about her background and why Nu Skin and why the products that she works with. So Tosca, over to you.
Hey, thank you, Nikki. And thank you also for introducing me to Nu Skin. My story started 20 years ago when I took my crumbling life by the horns and walked away from an abusive relationship, abusive marriage, and voted for myself. I was 85 pounds overweight. So I weighed 204 pounds. I was obese, clinically depressed, ill, suffering heart palpitations, and was severely blood sugar dysregulated. To say that I was in a state of depression, that's understating it. At the time, I made a decision that I would not be a burden to society, but go back to school and become a teacher so that I could support my children, my daughters, 3 daughters at the time. I held up 4 because I now have 4, but adopted. 1 is adopted. I met someone who changed my life, and we should always pay attention to the way showers and the change makers. Nikki is one of those. This person introduced me to the world of bodybuilding and fitness, and I competed in my first bodybuilding show at the age of 42 and won in my category, first time out on stage. So I understand the dedication it takes, like Georgina has, to create a competitive physique. And I competed, the last time I competed, I was 53 and a half. Throughout that progress, that journey of transforming myself from really a lump of flesh and depression and illness, I, together with my coach, then husband, mentor, entrepreneurial guru, really, in the bodybuilding and fitness world, Robert Kennedy, we developed something called Eating Clean, which trades off of how many physique competitors prepare for stage, but we put it into lay terms so that the average person in the public could understand it and use it for themselves. And in so doing, created a monster of a product, basically a following, millions of followers, 3.5 million copies of my book sold. I'm a New York Times bestselling author, star of my own television show, which followed me preparing for competing on stage at the Worlds in Las Vegas at the age of 49. What happened was just really almost hard to explain. The following just exploded, because I think what happened is women saw that they were given permission, essentially by somebody who really shouldn't be competing at all, probably, to take their lives back, to compete, to work out, to train, to hope for something better than an aging, tired, flabby body. And all the way along, I was being asked questions. What protein powder do you take? What supplements do you take? How do you take care of your skin? How do you stay lean? How do you stay energized? Da, 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 da. And as luck would have it, people would throw things at me, and I would be constantly approached by other companies to support them and to pitch their products. And Nikki Coyne twice has been my bodyguard. One time when I was speaking as the X-Note speaker at the CanFit Pro event in 2012, the year after my husband died. And then once again, when I was thrown under the bus, my name being associated with a competitor who shall remain nameless. And she basically just reached across the table and said, no, we can't do this. And so she introduced me to Nu Skin. And what that did for me was it gave me a heavily science-backed option for not only helping myself, but helping the millions of people that eat clean and follow what I do understand certain things they can take as far as supplements go. TR90 Green Shake is a favorite. Every time I post about it, it goes crazy. I love 𝘢𝑠pan, NAPCA Mist. I never do a photo shoot without it because it makes the skin glow. It is my absolute favorite. And it's simple. It's a $20 product, if that. So, you know, very quickly, Nu Skin became the referred product that I would tell everybody about. And I started with the business in 2018, but not really seriously until I came back from a convention in 2019. And then I hit hard, and it's been, I mean, I know I can work harder, but my doubt, I never waver. I have complete faith in these products because I believe in the science and I believe in the results. And that is what I share with my audience. So thank you so much for your time. Over and out.
Oh, thank you, Tosca. That is fantastic. Okay, let's move on to Georgina. If you could share just a few minutes about your journey and why Nu Skin. Okay, you're on mute. I don't think we can hear you. You're muted.
She's muted.
You're muted.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm Georgina. I am a pro athlete with the International Bodybuilding Federation. I never thought I'd be where I am today. I was a housewife, knew how to cook, clean, wash clothes, drive my kids, teach them. That was my life until I moved to Canada 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years in March. And I took up to stage the competitive side of fitness and bodybuilding. And now I am a pro athlete, very proud to represent Canada internationally. My favorite product and who introduced me to this would be Nikki. Introduced me to the business and to the business aspect of this product and the product itself. My favorite is the 𝘢𝑠pan. And why I like the 𝘢𝑠pan? I would say, so back home in India, the environment wasn't very great for me that I lived in. And everyone has a story. I had 2 failed suicide attempts. And the second suicide attempt is where I tore my ACL completely in my left knee. And I have been living without an ACL ever since, which is in 2006 that has happened. We are in 2021 now. So over the course of time, I have bone on bone and there's severe osteoarthritis. And the only remedy for that is a knee replacement, which they refuse to do because I'm not of age. And since I compete, the amount of vitamins and minerals and all of that I have to take, usually it's around 30 to 40 pills a time, maybe 4 or 5 times a day. That's putting it gently. And then Nikki introduced me to ageLOC 𝘢𝑠pan. And this is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of all of those that I put in, all in one bottle. And it makes a load of everything that I have to have completely. It just brings it down and it makes it so convenient for me. And I am one who will not, what would I say, represent a brand. I do not like to kind of advertise too much until I've tried and tested it. This is by far my best and favorite product because I've used it. It works for me. Doctors don't know how I stand and walk with the knee in the way it is. I am still doing that. And I tell people I can still like press 1,100 pounds, 15 to 20 reps. I'm strong to a whole other degree. Just saying. But it is because of the 𝘢𝑠pan. I have to give it full credit. And I cannot thank Nikki enough for bringing me to this. And I have been lazy with the business, I have to say. But since COVID hit, this has been a savior in disguise. And I couldn't be more grateful. And I almost look at it as the universe kind of, sometimes, you venture into something and you kind of look at it as, oh, let's just do it. For the sake of it, we'll see. And you don't realize how the universe is setting you up for something in the future. And now I look at it and I'm like, okay, that's why. This is it. And we're going to come to that at the end. So thank you, G, for telling us your story. So D, over to you. So if you can give us a quick rundown of your background
and your favorite product, and then we can get into the presentation.
Perfect. So, Dee Miller, my background, 36 years in the health and fitness industry. Love this industry. Hate what is happening with all of my students as a pro trainer right now. Trying to help as many of my students as possible be able to live the dream that they thought they were getting into when they started doing personal training, fitness instructing, healthy eating, weight loss, but actually are not able to make the money. Gyms are being closed. I mean, we're open and closed more often than I think we ever thought we would be. It's scary out there right now, especially for the fitness people. I've lived through a few scary things, 2 cancer scares, which changed my life. And so then after actually working in a cancer patient education courses, running programming, started a charity, was lucky enough to win Pepsi Refresh the World. So Pepsi does do good things sometimes, and was able to get a cookbook out of Pepsi the first time I won it. It came out with like 3 cookbooks later, and all on healthy eating. Been able to open 2 cafes that are absolutely fabulous. One at the Peterborough Wellness Center, one at the Public Library in Peterborough, which have been closed down now 3 times, but hey, we're still hoping for keep going. But trying to keep people eating as healthy as possible, and it's all about nutrition. So as far as fitness, I biked around Ontario, broke the world record. I have run 26 marathons and half marathons, which is what I absolutely love to do after I was told I could never compete in figure competitions again, after representing Canada in the Miss Universe and World figure competitions. Now I get to do half marathons, which I absolutely love, and I'm almost 57, so my body is not what it used to be. And I have to say, favorite product, talked about it. I'm going to put a post about it tomorrow because Vitality has saved my life. Honest to God, training for this last half marathon. I mean, I did New York 2 years ago, like the 7th time I did New York, and I felt like crap for a week. I did a half marathon every month for 6 months, did not come out of it. Last Friday, like a week tomorrow, I did a half marathon. Guys, I taught 2 HWL 5-hour courses, standing up and like telling everybody how fabulous I felt. I feel incredible. And at 57, be able to say you feel good after doing a half marathon and you can still teach the next 2 days standing up. Vitality, it's all about vitality. And I know it's doing incredible things for people, mitochondria, lungs, COVID, all of that. But in the fitness world, this is the thing. I love it. I'll never do another training without it.
Well, that's perfect. As you can hear, we're quite passionate about finding these products and the impact that they've had on us. So I'm going to hand over to the beautiful Sharon, who is going to take us through. Sharon, if we can do it in 10 minutes.
Great. No problem at all. So hi everyone, my name is Sharon Comrie. I am based over in Scotland. I am a professional dance teacher in the Latin and ballroom, disco, rock and roll, ballet, tap, jazz, the whole shebang. I actually taught Reebok step aerobics. I was probably one of the first in Scotland, and I also taught Puma aeroskip as well. However, I had a very bad car accident when I was 30, which stopped me from doing any type of work that way because of range of movement and because of injury. And latterly, about 4.5 years ago, I was introduced to Nu Skin and the products. I actually came in through the opposite side of the business, which was through the beauty side, because I was getting wrinkles and I didn't want to look bad. And very quickly, I got my hands on a scanner. And I am actually going to talk about that as we go through. So I'm just going to go forward and hopefully you'll be able to understand me. So what are you looking for today as a fitness trainer, a dance teacher, a professional, a bodybuilder? We are all looking for a supplemental income. We're looking for a leveraged income, not just an income that is going to work while we are working. We need an income that is going to be working for us, whether we are in the gym, on the dance floor or not. We need time flexibility because we're all busy. We all say we don't have enough time, but this business can absolutely be shoehorned into your cracks and slithers of the day. And one of the biggest things for us is about helping people understand and be educated, helping people to make better of their lives, and helping people to pay it forward. That's a couple of our biggest things. Our company's mission is to be the world's leading opportunity platform, and by goodness we are. We have been recognised in all the direct selling accolades of having the best compensation plan, the best products. We're a Forbes 100 company. We are absolutely so proud to be aligned, and you wouldn't have people like Tosca, Nikki, Georgina, Dee all aligning themselves to this company if it wasn't a great company to be aligned with. So what is driving the future trends? So obviously one of the biggest things to look at when you are looking at a supplemental income or a business is, does it cover the main trends? Would that be in technology and social media, health, beauty and anti-aging, flexible and remote working, sustainability and environment? We cover all of them, which is absolutely fantastic. There's very few companies that cover every single one of these trends that is absolutely growing just now, and even in a pandemic. So we are absolutely delighted that we're in over 50 countries. It says nearly there, but we're actually in over 50 countries. We have been 37 years in the business. This slide does have to change. And we are nearly a $3 billion company who is publicly traded. Now, when I went to look at the business, I'm a traditional business owner. However, one of the biggest things for me was that I had to know that the financials that I was seeing were exactly true, that it wasn't made up, that it was all publicly traded, that I could go and see the financials 100% for myself and get recommendations on that. One of the biggest things that everybody has talked about is the science. We have over 75 in-house scientists. In fact, we're nearly 100 scientists, and we are totally driven by innovation. And our 𝑎geLOC brand is a $10 billion brand. And we pride ourselves on our success quality process. Now, how that makes us different to anyone else in the market when it comes to supplementation or our anti-aging is basically we work on a genetic level. And the success process goes right down from sustainability to sourcing to making sure that the product that you see or you ingest is exactly what it says on the bottle. That's what you are getting. It's not fairy dusted with different ingredients. It has no pesticides, it has no herbicides, no mold or E. coli. It is pure, and we can trace it all the way back. In fact, we're one of the only companies that has a pharmaceutical approach to a supplement range. And again, we have got a massive scientific advisory board, which spans over 150 different scientists in different universities around the world and in Edinburgh as well. So, yep, you have Scottish connections. And we also have a beauty side as well. Now, for any men who are listening in, this is also a side that is really, really important for you as well. We have what's called the body spa there, which is fantastic for tightening up the bingo wings, for highlighting the muscle groups, especially for when it comes to competitions. The Lumi Spa is fantastic for cleaning the skin, shoving it in the gym bag and doing a quick cleanse when you're finished. That just makes your face vibrant, makes you feel fresh and alive, ready for the day. So don't put that to the side. Absolutely ask the person who invited you on here today to go into that a bit more in detail with you as well. However, our PharmaNex range is absolutely hands down one of the best ways to build a leveraged income. And the device that you see here is what's called our biophotonic scanner. It's basically our lie detector, which is actually looking at the antioxidants in the body to see how we're performing in the inside. It's great to look good on the outside, but we have to make sure that we are nice and healthy in the inside. And when I first got my hands on this, I thought I was dead. I'll just be truthful. I scored only 13,000 out of 100,000, which was it was ridiculous. So it was something that I had to do something about. And exactly that's what I done. I went on my journey of a discovery with PharmaNex. And this is something that you can absolutely add into your gym or your studio or your business in any way, shape or form. So as I said, it is a great business opportunity that is going to give you up to 40% of the revenue that Nu Skin takes in goes to commissions, and they are paid on weekly, monthly and daily as well in some parts of the country. So what Nu Skin does is they do all the stuff as a business owner we would normally have to do. They do it all. All we do is recommend the products to our customers, share a commissionable link, as Nikki said, and then share the leadership opportunity if you wish to as well. So just quickly over the financials, you get paid weekly or daily by being a brand affiliate. So that is basically sharing a link of any of the products the ladies were talking about today, and you will earn up to 38% markup. And then you'll also earn a bonus of between 5 and 15%. Once you decide that you want to take this business a wee bit more seriously, then you can start to go for targets. And that means that you can become a brand representative. And this is where we unlock additional commissions. And that can be up to 5 to 40% of everyone in your group. When you then develop leaders, we then go into the lead part of our compensation plan, where we can get paid up to 6 generations deep and an additional 10% on our volumes as well. So it's a phenomenal plan where you just keep getting given money, which is great for doing what we absolutely love and recommending products that we probably recommend right now, but we don't have the science behind it, where with this company we have all of the science behind the products as well. This slide is a bit full on, however, let your eye just cast along where you would like to be in your income levels there. And these are monthly average incomes. So the average incomes that we have here are basically, some people will earn more, some people will earn less. And these are very, very achievable. We have thousands of people earning, even your top of right at the right-hand side there that you see, we've got thousands of people earning that every single year. And in fact, we are one of the only companies that develop a new millionaire every 3 days. So we've got over 1,600 millionaires in the company. If what you hear today is of interest, or maybe it's not the right time, it doesn't matter. You can always help us be a force for good and give back. And we have a fantastic program called Nourish the Children, where we can actually feed a child for 30 days. And each bag will provide nourishing food, as well as good vitamins and phytonutrients and everything to a child's body that is going to help with development. It's not just rice and maize to fill their wee bellies up, it's to give them all over health. So ask the person who invited you on to go through that as well. There is loads of support and training. If you're in Canada, you have got all these lovely ladies who are there to support you. If you're in Scotland, you've got lots of people here, including myself, who will be able to support you. And we have worldwide support. No matter if you are in Canada, you can sponsor somebody that lives in Scotland or lives in Australia, and you can invite them into this business knowing that they will get the exact same training as you did as well. So all that's left for me to say is, would you like to try the products that was talked about today? Would you like to share the products and sell products to others? Or would you like to get started right now with the business and lead your own team? And I'm going to hand it back over to Nikki.
Oh, wonderful presentation. And we didn't need a translator, so that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that lovely slideshow as well. So we realize that we just come up to the half an hour. So just very quickly, I'm going to just ask for a couple of sentences from the guest presenters today, and just ask them to say why now. Why is aligning your brand with Nu Skin so lucrative now? So if I can start with, oh, Sharon, can you let Dee back in? She got bounced out.
I've done it. She's in.
Okay, brilliant. She's in. Let's start with Tosca. So Tosca, why now for you?
Well, the window is perfect because we will never go back to the way we were doing e-commerce or any kind of industry before. In the United States, literally 90% of the entrepreneurial businesses have been wiped out thanks to COVID. And I would think we'd have a similar number up here in Canada. So the good news is you could be an entrepreneur in Nu Skin. You get to run your own business and take advantage of this wave, this concentrated moment in time that who knows if we're ever going to see it again. So it totally makes sense. And we don't have to throw up our hands in despair. And the other thing is money in your pocket the day you make the decision, literally, as long as you take action.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you so much. And you're so right. I think the thing that I've noticed is so many people are online, and I'm going to hand it over to Georgina because she's going to tell a little bit of her story about what her recollection. Oh no, that's not the right word. What was her blinding light that suddenly hit her because she works at FedEx? So why don't you share a little bit about when you made the decision to sort of get active with the business, G?
Can you hear me and can you see me? Because it seems like I'm frozen. Anyways, okay. So I, once COVID hit, and I was actually working with a supplement company that had promised to make me manager in the store. However, and that was the reason why I couldn't promote Nu Skin far and beyond, although I love the products, just conflict of interest. Anyways, once COVID hit, they changed their mind and told me I couldn't become or get that responsibility or take on that position because I was too old for the position, and wanted me to stay on at minimum wage and train somebody else who was going to come in to take the position when I handed them the keys. And when I told Nikki this, that was when she was like, you know, you have Nu Skin, right? And by then I had already started working with FedEx, and I thought, okay, Nu Skin, yes, you know, let's try it out still. And I started working with FedEx, and I still work there at nights. And I've realized that people can buy, mind my language, can buy shit. Any, you have bed sets, bed frames, fridges, sofa sets, the whole world, the whole of everything. From that to a pack of straws, sandwich bags, eyelashes now at the end thing via FedEx. And I'm like, people just want to buy. And since COVID hit, people don't have access into the store where they can actually work with you. They can ask you questions and they can be guided rightly as to what to buy. And I thought this is the perfect platform for me to help people choose correctly, choose wisely, and there's no harm. You'll only get, and hence, I don't think there's any better time than do this, especially since we are passionate about what we do. We love the health and wellness and the overall. So why not share it and sprinkle it like confetti everywhere?
And that is one of the reasons I love you, because you continually sprinkle confetti everywhere. All right, my G, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And finally, D, over to you.
I don't think I spread confetti, but wow, you sprinkle it incredibly, girl. You're the best, and you know how much I love you. For me, the why now is so many of my students are calling me over all the years going, oh my God, what am I going to do? And giving them an opportunity to not only make their dreams come true, but in this crazy time, have something that they can still make money on and help other people. And that's why we all became personal trainers, right? Fitness instructors, health eating and weight loss coaches. We want to be able to help people. And if we can't do it in our gyms and the way we were doing it, we can do it now. We can tell people about this incredible products, show people how great they are, show the facts of how come they work, and be able to help the people we care about, whether online or in the gyms when they're open. You can help people and you can still make money and fulfill your dreams. So that is my why. I've reached out to all my students and gone that, especially the ones that have contacted me and said, I'm in trouble, how can you help? Well, this is how you can help. And this is how you can still live your dream, make money, and help people. So that's my why. I love it.
Yeah, that's perfect. And I think that's where we'll wrap it up. So there is no better time. People that you know, your clients, your followers on Instagram, on Facebook, your fans that are buying your books are out there spending money right now. And they just don't know that they could align themselves with you. And you can actually make a recommendation to a product rather than buying, exactly like Georgina said, off Amazon or goodness knows where on a wing and a prayer that is working. So we've run over a little bit and I apologize for that, but thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We are doing this call every week. We will get slicker. We will do it in 30 minutes. And so if you have heard something that interests you, then please reach back to the person who invited you. Please be aware that this call will be on next Thursday as well. So come along, join us again, bring more of your fitness family, and let's share some of the abundance that is right there for those of us that are passionate and want to help people. So thank you very much for your time, and have a great week. We will see you next week.